down there, community organizing, or with the call center. But the guy has not created jobs, and neither have the bureaucrats put in place. And when you look at candidates out there, and now I'm going to take off a neutral role Jon Huntsman has. But when you look at candidates out there, you have to look at their resumes. You know, you're in a role to hire the next leader of the free world. And we are in a special role as South Carolinians, just like the folks in New Hampshire and the folks in Iowa, where you're pretty much going to be able to talk, slap, shake hands with, hug, kiss any candidate out there in the country. And you're in a role to make a hiring decision. You have to do a couple of things, and one is to say, look, is to pick up that resume and to say, who has the best resume out there? Who has created jobs in the private sector? Who has served the country and understands foreign policy and does not need on-the-job training? And who, as a governor, has led a nation or a state in job creation? When you look at Jon Huntsman's resume, you have a compelling story. As governor of Utah, he created more jobs than any other governor during his period of time as governor of Utah. Was rated the #1 state for job creation by Forbes magazine. As a candidate for president, it all comes down to jobs, jobs, jobs. His job creation plan is the only one that has been endorsed by the Wall Street Journal. And I don't know about y'all, the only newspaper aside from the one here in Clarendon County tonight that is worthwhile to read nationally. I'm sorry, there's 2 in Clarendon County, the world corrected me. I'm sorry, 3. But the only one nationally outside of here in South Carolina that's worthwhile to read is the Wall Street Journal. And when you look at what they've said about the candidates, they've endorsed Jon Huntsman's job creation plan for a reason. It doesn't make sense. It cuts down the regulation. It completely revamps the tax code. And it also has to do with his track record. As governor of Utah, he was called a conservative problem solver for a reason. It's because he took their tax code in Utah, which was a generation old, and said, you know what, this thing is a piece of garbage. It's hurting business. It's a lot like our income tax code right now. It needs to be thrown in the garbage. And he replaced it with a flat tax. And actions speak louder than words. And as governor of Utah, he put a flat tax in place. He also said, what's wrong with the regulatory climate? How can we scale it back and let businesses be unbridled to create jobs and well-paying jobs, and create more well-paying jobs than any other governor in America? And then you have to look at it beyond that and say, you know, who also has another aspect of it, foreign policy aspect. And here's someone who has served as ambassador to Singapore, ambassador to China, the United States Trade Representative, and has embraced free trade by signing free trade agreements with the United States of America that have created thousands of new entry points for American products to be sold there. And the last thing we have to do is say, what president out there will make sure that Made in America still means something? That we have an economy that's not just creating iPhone applications, or not just providing a service here or there, that gets our economy back on track the same way Ronald Reagan does. And you have to say which one of these candidates has worked for Ronald Reagan. And there's only one. His name is Jon Huntsman. And there's a lot of great candidates out there. And the worst of our field is far better than the guy that we have in there at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. But what I want to ask of you is to keep an open mind during these debates. We have, 8 more debates in the next 3 weeks? Well, we have a lot of debates. I mean, you have a lot of job interviews. You have a lot of opportunities to sit there and say, oh, I want to hire that guy. But, you know, keep an open mind and go out there and listen to everyone. And walk out of here today and say, you know what, I'm going to watch the debate on Saturday from Spartanburg and the next one from Florida or wherever else, and pick a candidate and get behind that candidate. But right now in November and December, keep an open mind and say, you know what, let's see how this thing plays out. Because it seems like every single month we get a new flavor of the month. And then we see, okay, this flavor looks real good. It's kind of like, maybe ice cream here tonight? It's not Baskin Robbins, anyway. But let's keep an open mind and say, okay, which guy do we want to hire? And to make that hiring decision, not in November, not in December, but on January 21st, when we go to the polls to pass that ballot. I'll turn it over to whoever's next. Thanks so much for watching.